Hi everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through some test taking strategies that will be helpful on any standardized test, most multiple choice tests. So this video is simply if you prefer to listen to this document being read to you rather than reading it on your own. Here we go. Performing well on tests is partly about your knowledge of the material and partly about your test taking skills. These strategies on this document will help you strengthen those skills, the test-taking skills. Review them before taking practice tests and actual tests. Okay, I'm going to do a quick preview so you see that there are 4 strategies. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, strategy number 1. Simulate the testing environment when you study. What does that mean? It means to study and do your practice tests in a situation that is as similar to the place you will take the real test as possible. For example, if you will take your test at the kitchen table, study there. If you will take a test in the morning, do your practice test in the morning. If the test will be timed, do a practice test under the same amount of time. Why? Well, being familiar with your surroundings and not being constantly distracted by them is a great way to lift a part of the stress we experience, whether conscious or subconscious, that is associated with test taking. This is especially important for standardized tests like the ACT or SAT, if you're able to do so. Strategy number 2, always read the question twice. What does this mean? Read the question once before you attempt to answer the question, and then go back and read the question again after you've answered it in order to make sure that your answer is reasonable and makes sense. This is especially helpful when you are doing a reading passage, a comprehension passage, to read ahead of time what the question, what you're going to be asked to answer after reading. Why is this important? Well, it's extremely common for a student to read a trick question, questions with words like not, none, any, some, and other words that stipulate a circumstance other than a straightforward question. All of those are trick questions. And then answer the question they expected rather than the question which was actually asked. That's why it's important to read the question twice, to make sure you are clear on what the question is actually asking of you. This is also very useful on math questions because it can help you to double check that what you wrote down was correct, that you wrote down the problem correctly. A lot of errors on exams come from simply copying part of a problem incorrectly. So you may have done the math correctly, but you copied it down wrong. Examples. Select all options that are not blah, blah, blah. Which blank is not a blank? Math problems with fractions, negatives, and parentheses are often copied incorrectly. So, read the question twice. Strategy 3, process of elimination. What is this strategy? In this strategy, you're looking at multiple choice questions. These are often, on these questions, there are often a couple of easily identifiable wrong answers. Start by eliminating the wrong answers. Then select your answer from a smaller number of possible answers. So if there are 4 answers given, and you can quickly eliminate 2 as totally wrong, then you've narrowed down your chances to 1 out of 2. Why? To reduce the stress and increase your chances of selecting the correct answer by giving yourself a smaller number of options from which to choose. Additionally, here are some examples of easily identifiable wrong answers. The nonsense answer, something that has nothing to do with the question that was asked. The opposite answer. This one is paired with trick questions because students are often easily tricked by a double negative. So if it says, going back up here, which blank is not a blank, but you didn't see the word not, then they give you the opposite as one of the possible correct answers. You might mistakenly pick that one. The partial truth. This one will trick students by starting with part of the correct answer, but then adding in some unnecessary detail or incorrect part. The core of eliminating these answers is simply to read the whole answer and make sure that all parts of the answer make sense. The longer answer. This one doesn't come up too often, as it's more common the SAT and the ACT reading questions, but it can trick students because longer answers might seem more detailed and therefore a better answer, but often they are just full of unnecessary wording. If there is a shorter answer with the same meaning, the shorter answer is the correct choice, at least on standardized tests. Okay, so just to review, eliminating answers that are clearly wrong for one reason or another. Strategy number 4, guess and check. What is that? On multiple choice questions, try each answer option given. For math, this means you will plug in each answer and see if it works. For reading, science, or other topics, this strategy works well for fill-in-the-blank questions because you can try each answer option in the blank. So going back to which blank is not a blank, if they give you the multiple choice options, then use those answer options to fill in that blank and see if it makes sense. Why? Simply reading through a fill-in-the-blank question with each answer can make it clear which one makes the most sense. On math questions, this is an easy way to get around needing to actually solve equations. You just plug it in and see if it was correct. The guess and check strategy can be combined with process of elimination. As you guess and check with the answers options given, you eliminate the obviously incorrect answers and then choose from a smaller number of possible answers. All right, last thing to say is to save this PDF somewhere and organize it into your Google Drive so you can easily find it later or on your desktop so that anytime you have a test coming up, you can do a quick review of these strategies.